Hey everyone, it's Matt Radford here from Roofr.com, your community manager. And today on the Roofr Spotlight, I have Josh VanDusky from Atlas Roofing. And we're going to talk about just trending things in the roofing economy, maybe some new products and stuff that Atlas is coming out with, and just have a conversation about maybe some of the upcoming events that are going to be happening this fall. So let's bring Josh in. There he is. How are you, Josh?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
I'm
Doing
pretty
well.
good. And where are you today? Where are you coming at us from?
Home and
Home.
good old Staten Island, New York.
That's nice. So you've been on the road recently, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've been on the road pretty aggressively. I have a couple weeks home, but then September is looking pretty aggressive. But
Yeah.
fighting the good fight out there, you know.
So when do you spend the majority of your time on the road?
I would say about 40% of my time is spent on the road. I try to be at as many of the roofing events as possible, be it national or smaller private events like Roofr events that I've
Mm-hmm.
been to many times. So
Yep.
try to get out there, let my pretty face be seen, and shake some hands and meet some new people, and spread the good word, Atlas.
Yeah. And then when you're not traveling, are you just working from home or do you have an
Oh
office that you go to?
yeah, I work from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
That's good. It balances it out because when you work from home and then you travel, it's not
mhm.
like you're not working a 40-hour a week job where you're gone every day, right? So it kind of balances out if you're gone for a week and then you're home for a week, and I feel that.
Even though I spend about 14 hours a day on the front of the computer, I guess
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
true.
guess it balances, right?
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I feel that.
yeah.
So what's new? What's new with Atlas?
Uh, I mean, we're just chugging along over here, man. We got some,
You're in Canada.
um, and what the hell? Yeah, I mean, we're dabbling, but yeah, we introduced some new product lines last year, and uh, we're growing.
Mhm.
So we have a new plant coming online real soon. So yeah, we're just chugging along.
That's pretty amazing that you have a new plant coming, and we're in a recession, and the economy is a little bit turbulent. Um, have you noticed how any market trends in the roofing industry, how they evolved over the last few years? Has that affected Atlas and your growth? And
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think um, some of the market trends that have changed over the last few years is one, there's been a steady increase in new construction, right?
Hmm.
Year over year, new construction has been continuing to grow. Um, with that, recovery from about 2015 to 2016, there was a big dip in home ownership. Since
Hmm.
then, every year it's been rising more and more. So, um, more home ownership means more homeowners means more roofs, right? So,
Yeah.
that steady rise year over year has definitely increased demand. I also think that the advancements in technology have absolutely increased demand of roofing products. Unlike the roofing industry of the past, every single roofing contractor today has opportunity to put themselves in the hands of any potential customer.
Yeah.
And, either doing it through traditional paid, digital marketing, Google AdWords and whatnot, through social media marketing, or even just creating your own social media channel, social media presence. You have a captivated audience now.
Mhm.
And if you make the right impression, that potential customer may not need you today, may not need you tomorrow, but one day they will, right? And you're going to be first in line when they say, "Hey, you know what? I just bought a house. My roof's looking a little ratty. I need a new one," right? Um, and I think another big driver for the industry that really has drove demand is that um, contractors are more aware of who's buying roofs today, right?
Yeah.
The generation before me, my generation, we shop a little bit different, but the generation after me and after them, those are the new home buyers, and their buying habits are completely different, right? They're all about transparency and pricing,
Hmm.
transparency and information, comparing reviews, right? And I feel like roofing contractors have been so forthcoming with, hey, here I am, here's my business, take a look, here's my pricing, that they're winning a lot more of these younger generation of buyers. So I think that a whole combination of that has really, really been driving the industry, and thankfully Atlas's growth.
Yeah, 100%. Now, do you notice a difference in retail and insurance in growth measurements? Like, is it the insurance side growing at a different rate than the retail side, or is it really regional?
It is regional.
Yeah.
I mean, insurance is really dictated by storm, right? Mother nature suggests, who's going to, have a roofing job based off of what she decides to do. I can say, I feel like more retail contractors are dabbling more in that, storm restoration market. And I feel like storm restoration contractors are dabbling more in the retail because they're understanding, hey, when there's no storms, I need to go sell roofs. Or, hey, when, it's really tough season when people are worrying about buying presents for holidays or having family over for Thanksgiving, I need to maybe find those almost short deals, right? Nothing's a short deal, but with the resto side, right? So, I think it's equally split, but I think contractors are becoming more diverse in what they focus on.
Yeah, that's true. I'm in Canada, as you know, and you can see the CN Tower over here. That's not really there. It's a picture, but it's different here. Like the pastor of our church is also a home builder,
right.
And we actually see new homes trending downwards, new construction in Ontario. Various capital gains tax that governments are putting in and stuff like that is deterring homeowners from buying new. Now, in the U.S., you said that the new construction is increasing. Is that also state by state? Because I know that some states, maybe it might be trending downwards a little bit if they have higher taxes and stuff like that. Is it really a state by state thing down there, as opposed, because Canada, it's pretty much nationwide. It might be a little different from east to west coast, but
yeah, the metrics that I look at on a regular basis are national average. While I know there's a big boom in Texas, there's a huge boom in Florida, which I was there in St. Johns County, which is literally in absolute growth mode. It was wetlands as of 20 some odd years ago, and now there's HOA community after HOA community. So I think some areas are definitely driving more of that, but the average is on a national, some of the more consolidated areas, like the greater Chicago area, I'm sure they're not in a big boom. It's already a little crowded over there. Out by me in the New York City area, it's pretty crowded. We're not doing a lot of new construction, but you go, upstate through the New York State Thruway, and you'll see a lot of new construction in the more rural parts of the state. So, on average, definitely we're seeing a lot of new construction in the U.S., but I think more of the bigger cities are seeing less of that because a lot more people are looking, I guess, into more rural areas or more community type.
That's interesting. Yeah, because here, now that you mentioned that, like when I look at the market here in Ontario, Canada, we have less homes being built in rural areas and more commercial condos being built in the more
I saw them when I was there with you.
We're putting people in boxes.
I remember when I was in Toronto with you, I was like, wow, there is so many high rises that they're building here, and kind of sold me on the whole how the housing market works in Toronto. So
it's strange. Now, you said you focus on national averages. Now, do you see a dip in roofing sales during election years? And I don't want to get into elections and politics or anything like that. You can answer yes or no, and we'll just leave it at that. But
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't
think so.
Yeah. No.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So then, what have you noticed any recent changes in regulations or policies that have significantly impacted the roofing industry?
Yeah, I mean, that landscape in the US is constantly changing. I think contractors are adapting well, and they're staying on top of changes. because of exactly the reason we're driving more business is because of technology. I think contractors are way more in the know now when it comes to what regulations or code changes are being put in place, right? Or new laws for solicitation, things like that, because they belong to so many roofing groups, right? Or they have an alert set up on Google saying, anytime, roofing and this keyword comes up, I'm going to get an email with that news article. So I really think that they're, staying on top of it. I don't want to be specific to any code change or policy because there's so many across the country. But what I can say is that, the changes that are being put in place for the most part, I think are protecting homeowners, right? There to ensure that they are getting a sound product put in place, right? And that there's an ethical process when they are dealing with roofing. And I feel that most roofing contractors absolutely take pride in what they do. And, they're following these codes. And I think, and I know some guys personally that actually go ahead and they discuss how strictly they follow these guidelines and codes and regulations to the homeowner. So the homeowner understands how, one, transparency, the process, and why you should go with them maybe over some of their competitors because they're sticking so strictly to the regulations that are going to ultimately impact that homeowner in their house in the future. So
yeah, that's true. Now, do you see any regulations that benefit the other side of it, the insurance companies? Maybe regulations against door knocking, or I know there's already tons of regulations against paying deductibles and stuff like that. But is there anything else new that you're seeing in the industry that they're lobbying the governments to bring in?
I try to stay out of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it out of you, man. You told me before they were going to keep the.
I stopped watching the news a while ago because I try to stay out of it. I haven't seen anything. I know there has been some things like in the Minnesota market, good faith estimate has been introduced. I know back in Florida, what was it, several years ago, there was a couple of door knocking initiatives put through. I think they were misconstrued by a lot of people, but do they favor the insurance company? I don't know particularly. I don't think so. Again, I try to stay well informed for the things that pertain to like my everyday, but I try not to get in the weeds because
Yeah, I know you can get once you get into the weeds, they kind of trap you there and you drown.
Exactly.
Okay, so we'll pivot away from the legislation side of it and look more at material costs because we know that they've been fluctuating ever since the pandemic, right? Like we've seen so many increases in prices. How are fluctuations in material costs and supply chain disruptions affecting roofing companies?
That is a great question for someone in the economy space. It's a great question for the roofing contractor themselves because I can't speak to their business. What I can say is, we can't control the economy, right? The economy is its own animal. What I would suggest is that contractors protect their profits, right? Make sure that you're adjusting your prices on a regular basis to protect your profits. That's the most important thing for the contractor is their profit. And also leveraging tools and ways to make it more palatable for your homeowner, like financing, right? Address affordability with financing. So again, I'm not an economist, and I told you I did a really good job of stop putting my foot in my mouth when I speak, Matt. So I'm going to leave it there, but just protect your profits, and leverage things like financing to really help out your customers.
And with financing, you got guys like Chris Scoville, who is just like he's the financing guru in our industry, right? And you got some great companies out there, and like Goodleap, we're partnered with Goodleap here at Roofr. Now, with that, technology has made it so you can offer homeowners financing, like they can get online pre-approval decisions in seconds, and then they can get an instant estimate right from the Roofr Instant Estimator. And that's great in that market in Minnesota where they have the good faith estimates now, right?
Right. Yep.
So how do you foresee technological advancements such as apart from the software, but sustainable roofing materials? How do you see those shaping the future of the roofing industry?
Uh, like, technology um, is its own animal, right?
Yeah.
Um,
You
to
love it and you hate it.
Yeah, yeah,
It
right.
depends on the minute. Yeah.
You know, are we close to having Tesla robots install roofs? I don't think we're there yet, right? Maybe soon, but I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah.
But we're I can tell you from Atlas perspective, we're constantly innovating our products, keeping up with technology. We're constantly finding great partners like Roofr to keep up with technology. Technology. Roofing was I guess a crawl, walk, run industry when it came to technology,
Hmm.
um, and I think today it's definitely more the norm than it was when I first got into this industry
Yeah.
about now we're talking over 10 years ago.
Hmm.
Uh, I think it's more than norm. So, I think we're going to make leaps and bounds. Pre-qualifications on finance is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, uh, Good faith estimating up front, right? There's ways to provide your homeowners with estimates up front prior to even needing them. Um, Things like verification of houses via imagery and things with working on claims and damage stuff. Like, it's all technology based now. It's getting more and more and more. So I see us being fully technologically integrated within the next decade or so. That if you're still driving up with a pen and paper and drawing out a roof, you're not going to make this
Those are
industry.
still some good skills because that's
Oh,
how I started. Those are
absolutely.
still some good skills
No,
to have.
listen, I'm pretty good graph paper too, man. But you know, I think
If crap hits the fan and the internet gets turned off, then I
yeah.
still want to be able to do carbon copy, pen and paper estimates.
Well, just don't save it on Windows.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, right? What about in roofing materials? Like we see different products coming made out of recycled tires and recycled
Yeah,
products. Does Atlas have you guys worked towards moving towards like a greener initiative like that, recycled products and
yeah, yeah,
hail-proof shingles?
yeah. So we can look, kind of just one of our first technologies that we introduced that kind of was groundbreaking for us, I guess, is like our HP42, right?
Hmm.
Um, this is a technology, and it's simple. It's just measurements that less nailing, less cutting, less waste, right? That's a sustainable thing, right? Less waste.
Yeah.
And as we progress through new technology, definitely there's going to be more change in the future where we're going to, definitely identify things in a contractor and a roofing contractor's process to make it easier for them.
Hmm.
For sustainability, you can look at things that we have done recently with 3M. Um,
Hmm.
we introduced a whole bunch of shingles that now feature 3M smog reducing granules.
Okay.
So, in a nutshell, what that does is it's actually taking smog, or if you ever looked at like a map of like an aerial map of New York City and Los Angeles and big city area, see that orange cloud? That's
Yeah.
smog, right? And
Hmm.
that's um, NO2 and NO, where that shingle, the granule, that technology that's in there is going to take that, and moisture is going to activate it. It's going to actually emit oxygen back in the atmosphere.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so a 20 some odd square roof is like planting two and a half trees on your property. So that's definitely something where we're looking at, you know, doing, creating a positive impact on the environment, um, letting your roof work for you, right? That's something that I think is something that has really never been said before, right?
Hmm.
Atlas is letting your roof work for you when it comes to like the smart roofers. And the other thing with that is we introduced our Sunline, and our Sunline actually features reflective granules by 3M.
Okay.
And what this does is it actually takes the solar energy, so the energy that's coming from the sun that makes your house hot. It's
Hmm.
taking it and it's reflecting back a way greater percentage than a typical roofing product will back out, actually lowering your cooling costs. So what is that? What's the direct impact of that? Is, well, you don't have to run your air conditioner or your central air unit or your
Yeah.
window unit as much. So this is less stress on electricity production and things like that. So, these are the kind of things that we're doing. We're looking for sustainability um, as we move forward and as we grow as a company.
So with that reflective granule, is that for any colored shingle?
So that is specifically on our Sunline. We have 6 colors.
Okay.
They're pretty awesome. We actually
Hmm.
have one Storemaster Shake color that also features that granule too. But you can go on our website atlasroofing.com and check out all our products, and it actually will feature all the technologies that are embedded in those products. Like I said, we're creating roofing products that not only protect you, but they actually work for you too as a homeowner.
Yeah, and reducing waste is a huge thing. There's
Yeah.
a lot of waste. I've had a few arguments on my Facebook. I don't know if you've seen them where we talk about waste factors and people ask what should be the waste factor on this roof, and I never go over 15% waste factor on any job. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, but yeah, that's another another. We won't get into that. It's another
yeah. Yeah.
it creates drama talking waste
Yeah.
factors. just
Yeah.
just saying that, it might people that
No.
watch this later on will
Well, with Atlas
vilify
shingles,
me.
it's the least amount of waste factor.
That's true.
Going on.
So um are you guys looking at getting into doing anything with solar anymore with solar? No, solar seems to be
No.
going.
Yeah, that's no comment. That's actually my background. That's how I got started in roofing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I
Okay.
was in solar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plead the
I'm
fifth.
gonna defer that one.
Get to for
So
that.
then
Trying to keep
then
my
let
job here, man. I don't want to say anything I shouldn't be saying.
yeah, that's right. I'll be careful. All
Yeah.
right. So here in Canada, one of the biggest challenges we find um, with any market really, but in the roofing market is trying to find laborers, workers, skilled laborers, people that know how to do the job. So, what challenges and opportunities do you anticipate in the roofing labor market? And how can the industry attract and retain skilled workers in the coming years?
Yeah, I mean, that is something that, is definitely, I hear a lot from a lot of people internally at Atlas that work with contractors that I know directly, right?
Yeah.
Labor is definitely a huge issue. There's definitely opportunities for people to, find remote things for things on a more administrative side, but the real true labor is definitely hard. And I think the people are out there. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think it's more about how you can attract them
Yeah.
and make the industry or your company like appealing and their ideal landing spot. And I think one key thing is culture, right? Building a good
Mhm.
culture for your company, I feel is like really really important to really attract talent, attract people that want to find a landing spot or a place to call home, right?
Yeah.
I think with the culture, the right training program, leadership, growth opportunities, and of course that culture too, I think you can build yourself a really pretty solid team, pretty solid organization. But it's really you have to invest, I feel, in those kind of those aspects of your business if you're really looking to, because sustainability is not only a thing that we need to talk about for the environment and
Mhm.
waste, right? Sustainability is also for a business, right? Growth and
Yeah.
sustainability are very important. And without sustainability of people, you're constantly having turnover and searching for them. So I think, really focusing on culture and investing your time and efforts in that would help. And then, you also have, here in the US, not Canada, but you have organizations like NRCA, and NRCA is out there advocating for this, advocating for this industry.
Yeah.
They're putting in place training. They are informing, potential people that may be seeking other paths in life about how great the roofing industry is. So they're
Mhm.
really doing a great job of really advocating for the industry, providing training, opportunities to learn this trade. So I think those two things combined right now. I mean, I think we're on a good path. But it's definitely a concern that I hope and I honestly feel we'll start to get better.
Yeah, here in Ontario, like it's been a really rough culture. I started roofing back in 1999, doing industrial commercial flat roofing, and I remember back then we have a federal penitentiary near us, and they used to teach roofing in jail, so that when the inmates would get out, they would have a job, and they brought that prison culture with them. So we still have a lot of that residual culture in the roofing industry here in Ontario, and it's pretty
Wow,
rough. I am seeing a shift. Like we are seeing a culture shift here, and it's good. But it was pretty rough back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, and I
Early
think with
90s.
technologies and introduction in the industry and being more heavily involved too, I think that's changing too the appeal of the industry, right? There's companies like you that are full digital platforms, right? That are providing jobs within the industry that is not essentially like a labor job or a roofing job, but you're supporting that business. So I think as you get people in these spaces too, it helps the industry in a whole, right?
Yeah,
Understanding. Listen, the money made is being a roofer. Believe me,
it is. It is pretty good. Yeah,
that's where the money is. So go be a roofer. Do it. Or go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It might not be glamorous, but like you said, I
Oh
mean,
no.
when you have software like Roofr, you can automate a lot of your admin. So you might not hire somebody in the office, be able to hire somebody else in the field. So it really is helpful. It really is changing the industry and how businesses operate. Just technology in general.
Yep.
I had talked to a few roofers here that are looking at going to high schools and they have career days and stuff like that, and going in there and talking about roofing and the trades as well. So it's now at Atlas. How long have you been there?
So actually, as of the 19th of this month, I've been with Atlas for 5 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
So then they have a good culture. They have a really great culture there, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Atlas has a really, really good culture. They take a lot of pride in the hiring process here. They do the due diligence and make sure that it's the right fit. We here at Atlas, you got to think about we're in the relationship business,
Yeah.
and it's all about building relationships with our customers. And so we're looking for people that are that relationship managers that can build and build those relationships and are genuine about it too, right? Because
Yeah.
that salesy kind of, hey, buy my stuff and hey, kind of culture, I don't think that's disingenuine.
Yeah.
And I feel that people in the industry can read right through that.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's about finding the right fit but yeah, the culture is great, and I feel that we're providing such a great product and service to a lot of our customers out there, really changing the way they go to market, the way they do business, right? Giving some of guys that may be in a very aggressive competitive market opportunity to offer something completely different than any of their competitors. I think that was our bread and butter as we grew. I mean, we're a lot bigger now, but definitely that's still our bread and butter, right? Is give you something different versus what your competitors are offering. And I feel our customers are truly our friends a lot of time. And I have some of my best memories doing stuff with Contractors Atlas, man. They are some fun guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun
So
guys.
what kind of programs are you offering there for contractors right now?
So we have our Pro Plus loyalty program. But any contractor that's interested in giving Atlas a shot, we have our Try Atlas program. You can find out the details on our website, or you can actually reach out to a local rep via our website, or actually sign up for a pro portal account as well. So, and all of that is available on atlasroofing.com. But yeah, we have a pretty aggressive introductory program for new contractors who want to give Atlas a try.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, are there any plans for Atlas to expand into any other new markets? We know you've come to Ontario. Are you looking to expand anywhere else? How many locations do you guys have right now?
So we not in
How many?
Ontario. So
Yeah.
not in Ontario.
You thought you came to Ontario. I thought you were in
No,
Ontario as
no,
well.
no, no. It
Okay.
was yeah, not Ontario. But right now we have 5 manufacturing plants. We're opening our 6th. That's going to be our new greenfield plant. It's being built from the ground up, state of the art facility. As for new markets, that's above my pay grade. Again, I told you,
Yeah.
I just want to keep my foot out of my mouth. But I can tell you, Matt, that we're growing. Right, it's evident.
That's
right,
good.
we're Atlas is in more places than we ever been. If you're out there in the wild, we have a new plant coming. We're more and more contractors are aware of who we are, what we bring to the table. So we are absolutely growing. And yeah.
Is it just North America right now available that it's manufactured?
Yes, we are. We are
and American North American distributors.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's good. So how many, well, I guess I shouldn't say how many people does Atlas employ, because you probably have quite a few now. Pretty big company.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you how many
people. So tell me a bit about your role, because you told me in the very beginning that you do a lot of traveling, you do a lot of networking. Just give me a download on what it is that you do at Atlas and for Atlas.
Okay. So my official title is Contractor Program Manager. So I work on pretty much our customer experience when it comes to our contractors. I work on our loyalty program, things like our introductory Tri-Atlas program, making sure that contractors are happy and resolving any issues they may have. I deal a lot of user experience too on our pro portal, as we call it, making sure that it flows good for our contractors. They're comfortable with it. And one of my other big roles in what my title is, I manage all the partnerships for Atlas too. So partners like you guys, I'm kind of the in-between between Atlas and partnerships, making sure that we, listen, we're a shingle manufacturer. We make a damn good shingle, right? Yeah. And we really can help your business. But I'm a realist. There's a lot of things in a contractor's business that is not just shingle, right? There's a lot of things they need to get that shingle out the door and on their roof. So that's really a big focus of mine, and making sure that we have strategic partners that we feel comfortable with promoting to our contractors to help grow their business. So be it with Roofr, be it with financing companies, be it with some marketing firms, right? These are the kind of the relationships that we want to establish so we can have our contractors comfortable saying, hey, you know what? I trust Atlas. I love their product. They've been good to me the last several years. I'm going to give this partner a shot, right? And it's only to help increase their business. So, that's one of the many
hats. Yeah, very similar role to what I have here at Roofr. Yeah. Now you're going to be doing some more events coming up. Can you give us the download? I think I have. I know that you're going to be at there's Texas roofing. Here.
RCAT. I won't be there personally, but we'll definitely be. Well, Western States, RCAT. We're at all the major events. We'll be at RoofCon as well. We will also be having a couple of road shows coming up. So if you go to atlasroofing.com events, you can always check our calendar to see where we're at. We'll have some open road shows on the road coming up this year, where if contractors are interested in registering to come, hear what we have to say. We'll have some partners there. I know specifically you guys are invited to a couple of them. They specifically asked for Roofr to be there. So, we're all over the place. We are where the contractors are. So
yeah, that's good. And I like what you said earlier about, strategic partnerships and getting what your contractors need. It's really important, especially when you have so many different companies that have so many different needs. You want to make sure that your network is big enough that you can help out every contractor where they're at, whether it's a small mom and pop or if it's an established, big roofing company, if it's insurance, if it's retail, commercial. residential.
Yeah. Our contractors are in our environment a lot. So, we want to make sure that they have access to, some great partners while they're in there, registering their jobs with Atlas. So, majority of our partners too, if you are a Atlas contractor, you're eligible to participate in our Pro Plus program, right? And grow through our levels. With that, also you earn Atlas bucks. That's for everybody out there who wants to participate. You can use those Atlas bucks with our partners, majority of partners directly. So that's another advantage too. It's we're giving you some rewards that you can use to help grow your business with some really great partners out there.
That's great. That's really great.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when hard economic times. You got to take advantage of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, Josh, it's been great. I won't keep you too much longer. It's getting close to 6:30 here in my time. What time is it there? Same thing? You're in the same time?
6:24. Yeah.
Yeah, 6:24. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to chop this video up and make a bunch of reels too, so I'll make sure I tag you in them.
Get the one where I was picking my nose.
Yeah, I missed that one. that was the one off camera before we went live, right? Yeah. I got that one. We'll save that for the blooper reel.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, it was really great talking to you tonight, and I'm looking forward to getting back on the road and hanging out with you. So hopefully we'll meet up at some of these. We'll definitely be at RoofCon. I'll be there definitely. Yeah. So I'll be seeing you.
Yep, you got it, man. Sounds good, man. Appreciate everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a good one. Eh?
Yeah, you too.
Take care. All right, everyone, you heard it here on the Roofr Spotlight. We had Josh VanDusky joining us. I hope you enjoyed this today, and you could be on the Roofr Spotlight. Just send me a message, and I'd love to have you on the show. Take care, and I'll see you soon.